your warrior. I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. I am your retribution. I will totally obliterate the deep state.
Mr. Trump tested.
I'm about to hit y'all over the head with another banger. Turn
Fake ass nigga.
McAville.
Fake ass nigga. Fake ass nigga run around in a MAGA hat.
Fake ass nigga riding around in a MAGA hat. Girl, you're not real cause you put on a MAGA hat. Boy, you're not real cause you put on a MAGA hat. Fake ass nigga riding around in a MAGA hat. Fake ass nigga riding around in a MAGA hat. Girl, you're not real cause you put on a MAGA hat.
Mr. Trump-tastic.
Yeah, I'm on my MAGA shit. Yeah, I'm fresh to death. Like I'm hopping out my casket, bitch. Yeah, I'm on my MAGA shit. 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 Yeah, I'm fresh to death. Like I'm hopping out my casket, bitch. Trips around the Atlas, had me ballin' like a globe. Try to double dribble, slam dunk. I'm dripping through the paint, nigga. Yeah, I'm on my MAGA shit. Yeah, I'm on my MAGA shit. Yeah, I'm fresh to death. Like I'm hopping out my casket, bitch. Trips around the Atlas, had me ballin' like a globe. Try to double dribble, slam dunk. I'm dripping through the paint, nigga. Everything I touch turns to glitter. I'm a lucky charm. Fettuccine Alfredo mixed it with the Parmesan. EBS coming in and ringing like a car alarm. Honey, I shrunk the kids about the size of a peppercorn. USA flag and I stitched it with the Betsy Ross Baywatch Barbie. Then I hit her with the hats off. Frog man, Oculus, I had to take my glasses off. Sammy Sosa flow, yeah, I had to change color. I'm an acrobat, flip your ass like the ring and bowlers. Captain Planet, Superman, I'm flying through the stratosphere. I can pop your top like a soda or a can of beer. Starter man jacket had me ballin' like the Cavaliers. You can catch Corona, but I'd rather have a Heineken. I had to check my watch, yeah, it's that time again. Stampin' postcards, send them off with the mailman. 50 round clips, dropping shells like Michelangelo. Ninja Turtle flow, dripping blood in your pizza sauce. Yeah, I'm so cold, I'm Santa surfing in a Poconos. Just talk to Jesus and I think I caught the Holy Ghost. George Norris swag, hell yeah, I'm going coast to coast. 3 strikes you out like Adidas with the shell toes. Bullets down like fireworks, chopper rip like Velcro. 7-4. Yes. We are back in the building, y'all. We are back in the building again. We are streaming live on X, YouTube, and Facebook. Thanks for being here. Sorry for the introduction. Y'all may not have liked it, but I had to wait till everybody came in here to drop these fire bombs, man. Man, this is crazy, man. I think we done went over this before. We done went over these topics before, but man, they popping up again. So we gotta cover it. We gotta cover it again. You see, Elon Musk, he back in the news. Him and his father, they keep on pushing this damn agenda right here, fam. They keep on pushing this shit. What is up with this white genocide that's going? I'm tired of hearing about this stuff, but some say people are going to be disappearing. And, some say it's the rapture. Some say it's the rapture, y'all. Some say the rapture is taking place and Elon Musk is sponsoring this anomaly. Because guess what? What did I tell y'all before? They was playing with the numbers from the beginning until the end. They said the first should be last and the last should be first. So that's what you kind of seeing right now taking place. But Elon keeps on doubling down on this, and guess what? Everybody else repeating what Elon's saying. So when we go on Wall Street, what's his name? Wall Street Apes. We go on his channel. He posting this. He said 100 years ago, roughly 35%. 50 years ago, 20%. Where are these people going? What the fuck going on out this bitch? Somebody tell me. Because people just don't drop by these numbers. He said,
we go. Hold on. What did he say? Y'all lying to yourself. The white population will go extinct when many white people in rural areas are not always counted. Right. I told you they would. They would. They're not counting these white folks accurately. And shouts out to my white folks out there too. They not counting y'all numbers accurately. And they beefing up the numbers too, because we seen where other people identifying as white. So them numbers get counted in too, family. A Puerto Rican could classify as white. Who else could classify these goddamn Somali immigrants? Yeah, Trump versus Somali, man. let's pull this up. Trump versus Somali. Look, we gonna get back to what Elon said.
People ripping it off, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding. And you're going to look at that's. I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Damn.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Thank you very much, everybody.
Donald Trump sound like he sound like a foundational Black American when he said that shit. That's the same thing them FBA brothers be saying. We be saying the same shit. And like I said, they tethers. Trump pointed this out too. I'm being honest with you. Trump pointed this out a long time ago. This the call-in show too. Trump called this shit out a long time ago. These damn Indians, these fake ass Indians. He said these motherfuckers is immigrants too. He said these motherfuckers are immigrants too. And he said they sure don't look like Indians at all. But shit. They flip-flop back and forth, family. It ain't just. Let's pull up this video. I think. Hold on. No, I can't find that video. Maybe. Nah, here we go. I'm gonna pull it up like this. But he did say that. He did say that, and guess what? It's true. People are cosplaying as other people, y'all. People are cosplaying. And Trump said this in 1993. Let's pull this up, family, because I found the video. Trump said this in 1993, fam.
Is this you discussing Indian blood? We're going to judge people by whether they have Indian blood, whether they're qualified to run a gaming casino or not?
That probably is me, absolutely. Because I'll tell you what, if you look at some of the reservations that you've approved, you, sir, in your great wisdom have approved, I will tell you right now, they don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like the Indians. Now, maybe we say politically correct or not.
See, Trump knows the truth, man. He knows the real definition of indigenous. Now the thing is, these scam artists, they get to buy casino. You know, Trump, a big casino man. He's like, man, these motherfuckers don't look like Indians to me. These motherfuckers might be Somalian, Muslim. You never know who these people might be. I told you they flip flop back and forth, fam. You don't know who these people could be. This motherfucker could be the Monopoly man, the Quaker Oat man, or the damn rabbi. Can you tell the difference? No, you cannot tell the difference. You thought all these three people were different, but they the same motherfuckers. See, they hide in plain sight, but you could tell who they are by their uniform. You always could tell people who they are by the clothes they wear.
Politically correct. They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians. And a lot of people are laughing at it, and you're telling how tough it is.
Man, he on point with this shit. And I got into an argument with this one so-called Trump supporter, and I'm like, you don't know this video? I said, you don't remember this video? See, a lot of people really ain't Trump supporters, man. I'll be honest with you. A Trump supporter, he know 95% of what's going on with this man. If you don't know 95%, just move to the side, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know people ain't perfect with the analytics, but shit, if you go support somebody, you should know about the shit he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Throughout his whole life. But like I said, you got Johnny come latelys hopping off the bandwagon because Trump willing and dealing, making deals and shit. Like, come on, man. I voted for a businessman. I ain't vote for no goddamn politician, y'all. And guess what? Trump giving me everything I wanted. He clearing up a lot of cap space, especially for Black Americans. I'm gonna be honest with you. He clearing up a lot of cap space. I ain't got no complaints. Gas prices going down, all that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you got a lot of people caught up in their emotions and shit because Trump, he's doing his thing, and they might not like it. But guess what? If you ask them what's going on in their life, they ain't doing fucking shit. You ask them, hey man, what have you accomplished the last 4 years? Shit. They gonna say fucking nothing. I bet you. They gonna say fucking nothing. They ain't accomplished shit. They ain't fucking gained no hobby. All they was doing online was typing shit about politics, man. It ended up frying their brain at the end of the day. Too much politics can end up frying your fucking brain. Too much of anything will kill you. Go drink a lot of water right now. See if your ass won't fucking drown after this bitch. Yes, you will. Why? Because you're stupid. Now, the thing is, let's play the video. Let's keep on playing the video. Because really, like I said, this got a lot to do with other entities cosplaying other people. Now, the thing is, what's her name? Pocahontas, that damn politician Pocahontas. She claimed she was a fucking Indian. She wasn't no fucking Indian. Okay, she was somebody else. She was cosplaying. All right, a lot of people cosplaying. A lot of people cosplaying as Trump supporters. A lot of people cosplaying as Republicans. A lot of people cosplaying as winos, all these subgroups, man. You know what I'm saying? They end up infiltrating. They always go end up infiltrating somehow, some way. And guess what? That ain't good, fam. That ain't good at all. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's not good at all, family. He got 22. Wow. Man, take his ass out the game. My bad, y'all. I'm over here sports betting and shit. They need to take his funky ass out the game now. Before he ruined my goddamn parlay. And I think he gonna ruin it. Anyways, but yeah, let's get back to the video and then we go get back into what Candace Owens said. We haven't covered that yet. Y'all see the damn thumbnail. All right.
How rough it is to get approved. Well, you go up to Connecticut and you look. Now, they don't look like Indians to me, sir.
Thank God that's not the test of whether or not people have rights in this country or not, whether or not they pass your look test.
Depends whether, yeah. Depends whether or not you're approving it, sir.
No, it's not a question whether I'm approving it. It's not a question whether I'm approving it. Mr. Trump, you know, in the history of this country where we've heard this discussion before, they don't look Jewish to me.
Oh, really?
They don't look
Wow.
Indian to me. They don't look Italian to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a test for whether people could go into business or not go into business, whether they could get a bank loan. You're too black. You're not black enough.
See, all that correlates into the Somalis trying to cosplay Americans. Somali can never cosplay a real true-blooded American. So I don't know what the hell, they insinuating. Now let's get into what Candace Owens had to say, family, because she's going to hell. I think Candace Owens is going to hell with Charlie Kirk. Okay? Because they were all doing something pretty dirty. They was all taking donations. Okay? And when that money stopped flowing, they start having a change of opinion, or what we like to call a turning point, family. That's the whole symbolism behind turning point. Your ass is really going the other way. You look at their symbol, your ass is going in reverse. That's the turning point. And like I said, that is a controlled operation. And some people have that controlled CI operation going in school systems. A lot of religious people join that organization. And so, allegedly, Erica Kirk is asking for donations. Yeah, she asking for donations and shit in the name of Charlie. And a lot of people are fed up. They think she's using her death, capitalizing off his death. Like I said, it may appear like Charlie and Erica Kirk was in a very good relationship, but behind the scenes, yeah, they was fighting over that donor money. Seems like. Let's get into what Candace Owens said. They said the next time she go on live, she was gonna get popped. So this the next time she went on live. I think she went on live today, but she didn't get popped, so she's still alive. Let's get into it.
And now would be the appropriate time for us to get back into that timeline, because there is an important question that we forgot to ask. So let's jump into our timeline, beginning with the inflection point, which was that Tucker Carlson speech. Now, I want to say this on that July 11th, when Tucker Carlson gave that speech, I did, and I hope I'm not betraying anything too private here, but I asked Tucker about that speech. It's like, what inspired you? I went back and watched it, and he's going hard, and he's talking about where's all this money coming from, and is this even a meritocracy? Like, why are people that are not impressive billionaires? What's happening in this country? I asked Tucker, what made you say that? And he said, I had no plan to say it. It just came out of my mouth. It was just inspired. It just came out of my mouth when I hit the stage. There was no plan. Charlie said goes Max, and that is what Tucker riffs. And I do think that was a part of, there was something spiritual that moved him to say that. I will say that. Anyway, so that's July 11th. Tucker Carlson speaks at Turning Point USA's conference.
She tapping into his afterlife. She tapping into his afterlife, man. Like, she playing with this motherfucker's spirit. She playing with Charlie's spirit, y'all. And y'all know she is. Some say Charlie's alive. Some say Charlie is in Valhalla somewhere, just chilling, drinking a martini. Some say he's a clone, There's many rumors about what happened to Charlie. Okay, some say they swapped his ass out. I don't know. But guess what? He ain't at fucking Charlie Kirk show no more. Allegedly, Ben Shapiro done took his spot. And your boy Rob McCoy's son. Okay, your boy Rob McCoy, his son, they said he lied. Said he had blood all over his shirt. And allegedly, Charlie was not bleeding, y'all. Charlie was not bleeding. So, man, it's a whole bunch of anomalies going on with this case. The judge basically silenced everybody. So, let's get into the video.
and the donors freak out. Calls out Jeffrey Epstein. He says that people who serve in foreign armies should be stripped of their citizenship. He muses about Bill Ackman's wealth and where it comes from. We are told, even though we have not been able to confirm this with a shred of evidence, that it was 7 days later that the request came from to Turning Point USA from UVU's chapter, for Charlie to have this event. That's very late in the day already, but again, we see no proof of this. We do know that right after that, our Egyptian yellow plane flies to Lincoln, Nebraska. And 2 days later, it is announced in Nebraska that they're going to be doing a trade and investment trip with Egypt. There was some private off-record meeting that took place to make this come to fruition. And there were international professionals.
And allegedly, they said there was an Egyptian plane that flew over, or what happened? They flew over Utah State College. I guess it took off after they popped him in the neck. I don't know, man. It just sounds fishy to me. The whole thing sounds weird. This is weird too, to be honest with you. Weirdos. And like I said, these shooters, these victims, that they subject to IVF. Like I said, these people were born in the lab. I think Charlie Kirk was born in the lab too. That's the reason why they ain't solving his case, because guess what? If you are considered IVF, you're not technically human. They don't have to solve your case. That's like them releasing a monkey out the lab and they shoot it. They're not going to get in trouble by the government. Those monkeys are tagged. You know what I'm saying? And I believe they use Charlie as a Manchurian candidate. They made that boy in the lab. He was too damn perfect for, the ideologies that was being pushed during that time. He was too perfect. So, man, let's get into it.
That were there per the media. But who were these professionals that met with Secretary of State Bob Evnen? Why is this meeting somehow off record? And when people, and they have done that, have requested information, they say, oh, there's nothing that's public that we can share with you. Thank you to, by the way, the citizens of Nebraska who did that. I received your emails, even if I was not able to respond. Anyways, then it departs Nebraska, our yellow planes, and it heads to Wilmington, and then it goes back to Cairo. We then know that in this same time frame-ish is when Charlie vacations up to Maine for a couple of weeks to be with his family, goes off radar. We've got Mikey McCoy and his wife, Eliza, that join them for the first time they're doing this joint family vacation, and Mikey's capturing these last videos that are going to warm our hearts about Charlie. And he's like, amazing. That's just how he is. And on July 25th, Charlie speaks in Westchester, New York. At the end of July, this is a new little update for you. YRefi comes in as the #1 sponsor of the Charlie Kirk Fall Tour. So this is end of July, early August. And I'm wondering why they did that then, because that's pretty late in the day. You remember, this was something they freaked out about when I said, hey, this is not how Turning Point events are come together. They're not instant, actually. In the history of me speaking on college campuses and having headlined these tours, they are planning them at least a semester ahead. And then it was like mass panic. I got like Lila Rose and Ali Stuckey, who have never headlined their tour, suddenly saying, that's not true. That's not true. What are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm talking about, I worked there. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. And that was a weird thing to debunk. And I'm wondering, why was this put together so late in the day? And I am musing here, but I'm wondering if YRefi, after Charlie lost millions of dollars, said, hey, you can make that up by going on tour. Like we are willing to do this. And maybe Charlie actually wasn't planning on going on tour at all. And this tour actually came together very quickly. I'm musing on that. I'm not introducing that as a fact. I'm introducing that as a question. Anyways, back to our timeline. YRefi is going big, and they are going to be the main sponsor of this fall tour. And that's how that came together. Then we know that in very early August, Turning Point was scouting that location and that event, and they specifically requested for Charlie to be in that amphitheater. Now, apparently, Charlie had done, according to some insiders, had loved an event that he had done in an amphitheater environment in Nashville. But I don't know if he said, I only want to do that going forward. But I do know that Turning Point USA insisted upon that. The person that was orchestrating that event, Macy.
Be honest with you, y'all. Turning Point USA is the synagogue of Satan, man. If you connected to that damn chapter, I advise you to get the fuck out. It's the synagogue. They mixing politics, man, with religion, man. That shit supposed to be separate, man. Religion is supposed to be allegedly sacred, but they mixing politics. I said, man, I seen it going downhill from the beginning. I said, you cannot be a Christian nationalist and a Jesus lover. Them two ideologies do not mix. It's a recipe for disaster, and as you can see, boom. You can't do it. See, the thing is, also, we never seen Charlie's kids. We always seen the back of their skulls, man. We never seen we never seen the front of their faces, y'all. So that really makes me think that he's a product of IVF. And I think Candace Owens is too. I think Candace Owens, she's IVF. She was born in a lab. Sorry, I just have to say it, man. I just have to say it. Let's get it.
Macy Crofts was saying, like, this is what Charlie wants, and that could be true. August 2nd is when we have our French Legionnaires arriving in America for a 3-week training session in California, which is going to end on the 25th. And then a couple of days later, we have that Hamptons retreat, which Charlie Kirk himself described as an intervention, as an Israel intervention. And influencers who were there said that he was being pressed on his shifting viewpoints on Israel. And we know that the influencers were paid for by Bill Ackman. I don't think that that's particularly a big deal. Obviously, he has interests and was potentially coming on as a donor for Turning Point USA. We have what I do think is a big deal, which is BB.
See, the thing is, man, Jesus Christ never had a donor, man. His donor was the Father. Okay? And the thing is, Candace Owens is under a lot of pressure. And like I said, remember when she said this about Trump? Candace Owens turns on Trump, says he's destroying America's future and regrets voting for him. Our kids will pay for this. This is basically calling him a damn pedo. Talking about our kids and shit, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. If they got rid of Candace Owens, I would not shed a fucking. I would not lose any sleep. Okay, I would not lose any sleep. And this gotta put my disclaimer up. Gotta put my disclaimer up. But yeah, like I said, Candace Owens, she mixes the truth with the lies. See it? She stretches the truth and the lies. So guess what? You gonna be tuned in. Everybody gonna be tuned in until she crashed the fuck out. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure she wants to go on vacation. And due to all the threats she has on her head, she gonna be living in fear, family. She gonna be living in fear. I'll tell you that much. And I can only imagine how she's taking this. She's not taking this very lightly, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. She's not taking this very lightly. Let's get it.
Netanyahu calling Charlie and offering to take Turning Point to the next level. And that, my friends, is the billion-dollar question, maybe the trillion-dollar question. In exchange for what? Have we considered that? This man is fighting like a 20-front war, and he calls Charlie Kirk and asks, do you want to come to Israel? We can take Turning Point to the next level. In exchange for what and through who? Because I'm going to guess that Bibi Netanyahu is not just going to write a check signed by Bibi Netanyahu and just do that as an act of charity. In exchange for what? What's he going to take Turning Point to a next level? This is something that nobody has denied took place. No one has denied that this took place. And Charlie declined. Charlie declined that offer. So what that signals to me is that Charlie then had information about maybe how they move money, right? Without registering for FARA. I don't know. I think that's a big question that needs to be asked. Let's keep going onto this timeline. Charlie says no, and almost immediately, 10 days later, we got our next point is that our planes come back out and they're flying to Lincoln again. They're going to Omaha. They're going to Wilmington. They stay for one night. Charlie speaks in South Carolina. We have our yellow planes then returning on the 24th, again, always through Wilmington to Egypt. We then have our French Legionnaires have completed their training. And on August 24th, 27th, Operation Valhalla takes place between civilians and military men in Minnesota at Camp Ripley. Then we have the first public sign that went out on August 27th. August 27th, that is so late in the day to begin promoting an event. TPUSA, UVU, and a local BYU chapter share a graphic announcing that Charlie is coming to UVU, but there are no location details mentioned on that graphic. So still not full details, but at least the first announcement goes out. On the 29th, we have Operation Bright Star, which commences that joint operation that we told you about, which is biennial between Egypt and the United States military and other countries that are coming together. And it is being reported that it is going to run through to September 10th. On September 2nd, Charlie sends out the email asking for a Doge audit of his company. And he announces that Justin Strife is going to be the new COO, taking over for Tyler Boyer, who was the COO. And then we have the first known public going out in local media that Charlie's coming to town and that it is going to take place in the courtyard. That's on September 2nd, okay? On September 4th, our planes come in and we know what happens next. Charlie is in Korea for a couple of days. He comes back on September 10th and he gets assassinated. And that also happens to be the same day that that Operation Bright Star, that Cairo joint operation formally ends. Okay. So that timeline makes me uncomfortable. Okay. It makes me very uncomfortable. And I'm wondering if Charlie put together the Doge account, and I want to be clear, this part is speculation, because something that he maybe learned when Bibi asked to take it to the next level made him think maybe I should look through Turning Point's finances. Like, where is this money coming in from and where is it going? And I don't know that for a fact, but I think it's a fair question, a fair investigative question, is what inspired Charlie to suddenly be concerned about not just where the money was going, but where the money was coming from. Was an offer made to him that he declined? Yes. What was that offer for in exchange? And I want to say this, Charlie said no. So Charlie died with his soul intact. Died with his soul intact. He said no.
All right. And as you can see, look at the CIA cup on her desk. Y'all peep that? She had a CIA cup on her desk, man. Come on, man. Come on. It's so obvious what's going on. It's so obvious. She can't fool me. She cannot fool me. I think that's all we got for tonight. But the thing is, Candace Owens is not telling us anything new, y'all. We figured this out. Shit, the same day it happened. We was like, man, it had to be an inside job. You know, it had to be an inside job. And then when we looked at his financial records, shit, man, it seemed like the rug got pulled. The rug really got pulled. Here go Elon Musk again. Elon Musk. He just posted this 5 years ago. 5 hours ago. And the thing is, he retweeted this. He retweeted this. The white fertility collapsed. The rest of the planet didn't. Let's read, fam. Let's read. He said the generation now starting school is the first in the recorded history that will grow up on a planet where people of European descent are a shrinking global minority. Native fertility across the entire Western world has collapsed below replacement. Damn. So they not gonna be white folks not gonna be replaced, man. Shouts out to my white folks. That's what they saying. I ain't know who is Marvel Nawfal. He might be in on this shit too. Okay. And they say there's no signs of recovery. They said Italy sits at 1.24 children per year, Spain 1. Boom boom boom, Egypt 2. Nigeria, damn, 5, 1 kid, one mother to 5 kids. Boom boom boom. Layer on top, basically all these other countries, they having 4 kids. One woman is having 4 or 5 kids, at least 2, 3. It said layer on top of the largest sustained migration in human history between 2000 and 2005. 25, roughly 110 million people moved from the global south to Europe, North America, and Australia, with UN projections showing another 200 million. Damn. The result is already visible in every major Western city. Native children are minorities today. Native children. Who's he saying? Who is he saying? Who are the natives? I hope he ain't saying white folks ain't the natives, because in North America, that's a goddamn lie. We all know that's a lie. I'm just saying, motherfuckers. I told you, these people be lying, man. and people will read this and be like, natives. Anyway, native children are minorities in today's public schools of London, Paris. Man, he calling white folks natives. That's crazy. That is crazy. To me, it's crazy because in Sydney, Australia, you have the Aboriginals in Sydney. So I know there ain't no damn natives in Toronto. Shit, there was Indian land in Toronto, Canada. That was Indian land too. So I don't know. Maybe Stockholm, and London and Paris, there might be native white folks out there. Let's read. In most large American metros, the rest of the West is simply next in line. By 2040, 2050, the native born of Europe descent will be minorities in under 30 age group in every single Western country without exception. This is no longer a national story. It's the biggest demographic turn. So what the hell are they gonna do about it though? I don't understand. Like, are y'all gonna keep on posting about it or something? Like, what's the solution? I already know what the solution is, because this done happened before. This done happened before. I'm gonna tell you what the solution is. It's called IVF, and that's why his ass is pushing that. Yeah, that's why he baiting with this damn. See, they gotta do the operation on the internet first. They gotta work on your brain first, through these social media apps, and they gotta get you to thinking you about to go extinct, you about to get evaporated, you about to get raptured and shit, and then next day you know it was all a lie. It was all cooking numbers. It was all cooking numbers, man. And see, they blaming it on abortion, all this other, like I said, I believe the numbers was cooked from the beginning. They said Harvard. They said that's the UN goal, to abolish the white race. So the thing is, people need to take that up with the UN, because trying to fight everybody else at the bottom ain't gonna fucking work. And that's what you're seeing on the damn internet. You see a lot of peasants fighting each other. Muslims versus Christians. That's a whole psyop. That's a CIA psyop. Muslim versus Christians. but they designed to crash out. They said, "What is this? The Universe 25 experiment is one of the most terrifying. That's what's probably going on right now. Experiments in history of science, which through the behavior of a colony of mice, is an attempt by scientists to explain the human societies. The idea of Universe 25 came from the American scientist John Calhoun, and he's a damn what you call it. He probably a Zionist. Scientist equals Zionist, who created the ideal world in which hundreds of mice would live and reproduce. More specifically, Calhoun built the so-called paradise of mice, which probably links to heaven, or what they call Valhalla, a specially designed space where rodents had abundance of food and water, as well as large living spaces in the beginning. He had placed 4 pairs of mice in a short time to begin to reproduce, resulting in a population growth growing rapidly. However, after 15 days of their reproduction began to decrease significantly. Damn. When the numbers of rodents reached 600, a hierarchy was formed between them, and then the so-called the riches appeared. The larger rodents began to attack. Damn, family. So what's going on is just science for real. To attack the group, with the result that many males begin to collapse psychologically as a result. The females did not protect themselves, and damn, that sound like what's going on in society, y'all. It sound like what's going on in society, man. Females ain't even protecting themselves. Everything's at a collapse. And what did I say? Once technology has reached its heights, man, everything got to go down. That's called a global reset, and that's what you watching right now. Actually, you watching what they call karma taking place. Because guess what? You have a lot of these colonizers. Guess what they did? They raped and pillaged the lands. So that's why the Bible said the first should be last and the last should be first. The larger rodents begin to attack the group, with the result that many males begin to collapse uh, psychologically. That's what people's been doing, especially in 2020 with that. You know what? A lot of males start to grow pussies and shit. They start to become real feminine after them motherfucking shots. As a result, the females did not protect themselves and in turn became aggressive towards their young. You seeing that right now? A lot of women are killing their young. As time went on, the females showed more and more aggressive behavior, isolation elements, and lack of reproductive mood. There was a low birth rate and at the same time an increase in mortality in younger rodents. Damn, that's what they call uh the black culture, black on black crime. You mortality rates increase in black populous neighborhoods as well. Man, this shit, man, this is a fucking experiment they did on mice, and now they practicing it on humans. And guess what? This shit working, fam. These evil scientists was able to manifest something that happened in real life with some mice. They did it on mice first. Now they doing it on your ass, and now you part of this damn experiment. There was a low birth rate and at the same time increase in mortality in the younger rodents. Then a new class of male rodents appeared, and the so-called beautiful mice, they refused to mate with the females or fight for their space. All they cared about was food and sleep. Damn. Sounds like a human to me. At one point, beautiful males and isolated females made up the majority of population. As time went on, juvenile mortality reached a hunt. They all killed each other, and reproduction reached zero among the endangered mice. Homosexuality was observed in mice, and at the same time, cannibalism increased. Damn! Despite the fact that there was plenty of food, fam, plenty of food, and they still ate each other. 2 years after the experiment, the last baby of the colony was born. By 1973, he had killed the last mouse in Universe 25. Family, John Calhoun repeated the same experiment 24 times, and each time the result was the same, bro. What the heck? That is crazy, man. I have to save this picture. We go do an episode on Universe 25, man. Universe 25. This gonna be, matter of fact, this gonna be the next stream. Yeah, we're gonna expand on this tomorrow, family. But yeah, I'm about to close the stream out. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Man, we out.